Welcome to KPT News. My name is Wirinya Wisitnonthachai. I am the reporter. Today, I am going to talking about Cambodia in sex worker call for safe zone topic. In spite of recent effect by NGOs and human rights advocates on behalf of sex workers in Cambodia, and a 2008 law which make prostitution illegal on an effort to curb human trafficking, much more need to be done in order to give these human beings an alternative way to make a living realistically. This problem will not likely be solved in the near future, if ever. According to the Phnom Penh Post, Phnom Penh sex worker and rights advocates has a meeting on the 13th of May 2015 to condemn police schooling and dishonesty, and to request that the government set up a zone where sex workers can do their work with safety. The request was made during a press conference led by NGO Women Network for Unity, which was joined by around 100 sex workers who complained that the police often look for payoff and sexual service rather than follow the law against the prostitution. Women's Network Unity President Keo described sex worker treatment by police, saying, in effect, that if the police can catch sex workers, they will not do as the law said, but they will look for money or sex first. In general, if the sex workers have cash, they will be free. Moreover, if they are very beautiful, first they have to stay with the officers, later they will be free. If they are not compliant, they will be sent for processing. While prostitution is illegal in Cambodia, prior to the introduction of 2008 law intended to resist human trafficking, brothel operated openly. However, sex workers and advocates say that this results in cruel crackdown that saw women and girls working in the trade mistreated and stigmatized by officials. In a report due to be published next month, researchers found that the heavy-handed response of authorities after the law's introduction forced sex workers into more dangerous settings for their work, made them more in danger of violation and sex assault. The report mentioned that sex members less often sought HIV scannings since the more uncertain nature of their lifestyle outside of brothel. At the same time, they were also less inclined to practice safe sex out of fear of being caught with condoms. According to Ta, although the Women's Network Unity initially supported the law and all efforts to curb human trafficking, the revision of several of its articles would guarantee fair treatment for those working in the sex industry, as would the introduction of an area where they could engage in their work safely. Conversely, the Interior Ministry Anti-Human Trafficking Department Director, Pro Pite, stated that such a preparation would not be suitable. However, Pite pledged to continue with Shames decided to leave sex workers out of the industry. We have educated them and discussed with City Hall about generating jobs for them, and some organizations have also trained them. So many are willing to liberate themselves from the business, which is good. It also has the similar situation in Thailand, which is the dishonesty of police officers who want the benefit for themselves. Even though the prostitution is not legal, there are many sex workers in Thailand, especially in Pattaya. Although prostitution is considered a criminal as an act of legislation of against the prostitution 2539 before era, said that if the legal does not mention it is wrong and must be punished. Police officers must not penalize them, but policemen always do it because normal people do not know the law. According to the report, TCIJ has been informed by sources within the National Human Rights Commission. Sex workers who are employed in Pattaya always be elected by the police officers, whereas the election has been cancelled for a long time. It also has something different because prostitutes in Thailand never call for the safe zone for themselves, but they just call for their freedom to continue doing their works. Good evening. Today I'm staying with Miss Patama. Yeah, she is the legal and compliance at Macro Company.
Legal and Compliance Director of Siam Macro Public Company.
Yeah. So how are you?
Yes, very good. Thank you.
So,
how are you?
Just fine.
Okay.
Thank you. So let's start our interview. Yeah, what do you think about prostitution?
You mean the police doing the benefit for their own regarding the prostitution law, something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Actually, I would say, of course, it's not good, right? They are the police who should be the one that we can depend on or support us, and to show the public as they are the role model to do a good thing, but they do themselves in the bad way.
What do you think that? How can we do anything with them or protect everything from this situation?
From my own situation, I mean, my idea, my opinion, what I have to do is just to teach my kids, as we are a small society, a family.
Finally, thank you for being my interview.
Yeah.
Thank you for being.
Okay, thank you.
Now I am staying with Mr. Apiwatch Duanjan, who is studying at Thammasat University in Faculty of Political Science major. He will be my interviewist. So let's start our interview. What do you think about the police that use the law to regard prostitution for their benefits?
In many countries in the world right now, they are having the prostitution either fully legalized or partially legalized. In fully legalized, meaning that anyone can go out on the street and sell themselves for the money. Partially legalized, meaning that anyone who would like to be a prostitute has to be registered under the club or organization in order to go out for being a prostitute and make money. But like in Thailand, we are fully illegal for that prostitution, meaning that the police is now taking advantage from the prostitute, because according to the law, it is impossible to be a prostitute or making any money in Thailand. But for the police, they are knowing by their heart that it is illegal, but even the woman would like to sell their body, that's fine, because the police can make some money, which is now a very, very big problem in Thailand, because many European countries has now regarding Thailand as a country that has a lot of prostitute. And according to the news that you can see that the first word, the common word on Google that people Google for Thailand is prostitution, which means that it is very, very bad, and this is a very big problem in Thailand. Even though we do not legalize it, the police still taking advantage of the prostitution in order to make money, and make many countries around the world thinking that Thailand is the land of prostitution, which is not good at all.
Even though Thai and PA are advocating for change and better conditions for sex workers, it is doubtful that such change will come about. According to Numam, the police did not send any representative to the conference. Additionally, Dupun, the district governor of Khao Kamlon, did not send a representative either, and claimed that abuse against sex workers did not exist in his district. Sadly, Mom suggests that the issue needs further study, a fact which is likely true, but will probably just allow the government to drag its feet and effect no real change.